I wanted to ask where we are in the pandemic for college, in between, say, colleges completely closed off and colleges reopening back to normal. I guess where are we right now?
Well, I'll tell you, for Henry Ford College, we closed the campus in March, and we worked really hard to help those students who could not continue to come to school to finish their coursework online. Now, a small percentage, about 10% of those students couldn't finish. And so we had to craft a plan that was both safe and legal to allow them to come back to campus in July. And we accomplished that. Those students who had their courses paused in the winter but could not continue during the winter term finished those courses in July. And we were really happy with how much of a teamwork environment we produced to help them, those students, get through that paused coursework. And that also helped us prepare for the fall, because we had some practice to bring people back to campus. And we deployed our return to campus plan in September this year. And we're now more than a month into having students come back to campus here during the fall. And that's still about 10% of our classes. 90%, roughly 90% of our classes remain online. And I wish I could tell our students, and frankly your readers, when we will go back to more than 10% of our students on campus. Candidly, I think that our students want to know that, but I just don't know. So our commitment in the meantime has been to continue to serve them as best as we can by responding to their needs and also helping them continue their educational process. One of the things I'm most worried about is our students in our community pausing what is the most important thing in their educational journey, and that is perseverance through education. And so we've worked to set up significant bases to help them through this difficult time. I'm happy to chat with you about those, but most importantly, it would be that students understand we're there for them, we're going to support them, and give them the option to continue their education. That's a great question, and the reality is all of us in higher education throughout the entire spectrum, from private institutions, public four-year institutions, and community colleges, don't know the answer to that now. We just got our first glimpse of the data, and that is enrollment data. Now, traditionally, when the economy is down, community college enrollment goes up. But this pandemic has changed nearly everything about our lives, and it seems to have changed some of the basic premises of enrollment at community colleges. Across the country, community college enrollment is down about 7.5%. We at the college were hopeful that we would only be down 5.5%. And we're really excited that we're only down 3.5%. Now, that's still not perfect. Those 3.5% who were here last year and now are not, or are not starting, is a bit of concern for me. In fact, it's a big concern for me because I believe that those people were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. And we know that the people who are affected by the pandemic disproportionately are those that are on frontline work and lower socioeconomic status, and that is near and dear to our heart. That is the population that we strive to serve the best as an open access, excellent institution of higher education. And so we will continue to try to figure out how can we help those individuals who need us the most and who seem to not be able to make access to the college. That's my supposition, and here are some examples of why and how we're going to reach out to them. The Futures for Frontliners program is one of those. That will help remove the barrier of tuition from anyone who was working during the pandemic, and we've talked about that already. We also have set up funding mechanisms to help those individuals with computer needs, utility needs, textbook needs, and frankly, emotional and socio-emotional support mechanisms that can happen through the computer. And many of those computers are the computers that we, the district, and we, the college, have supported them with. So while we're down in enrollment, we're still working hard to try to make sure that the students we aim to serve have access to the college. So in the past, the facts are that when the economy is low, community colleges enrollment goes up. But as I mentioned, there's a little bit of an anomaly going on right now because the economy is low and enrollment is also down. So we as higher ed administrators are trying to figure out what the lessons are from that. And we're only really into the beginning of the first real term of education, first real semester of education that gives us some data to hope that we can pivot and serve our communities better.